So I've heard your cries all over Champaign-Urbana, Mohammed, surrounding areas. When you went to put all your parts together, you had more than 2,100 words, didn't you? And you said, Steve, why did you do this to me? Well, part of writing is learning how to cut out words. So this is a great exercise for you to grow yourself as a writer. Hey, I had to do this today too. I wrote the handout on conclusions today, and when I looked at my word count for my conclusion, it was at 254 words. Well, the conclusion is supposed to be about 200. So that's a problem, isn't it? I had to cut 54 words out of just one paragraph, and I did it. I'm going to show you how. First, no magic here. I'm just going to read aloud. There are a few little tips, but it's mainly the power of reading aloud and sort of sensing when something's extra. Here we go. I bought Eat Cheap, the only guide you need for good eats for college students by Nabel Adeoye to help me, a broke college student, eat cheap but healthy. Pretty rock solid. I can't take anything out of that. Overall, I found it helpful but not life-changing. Pretty solid. The strength of the book is that it offers over 300 different recipes, all the way from breakfast to even cheap party foods and dinner dates to impress that special someone. Well, obviously, there's a lot of flab there in that sentence. Let's cut some of these words out. First, when you see the verb is or was or were, a lot of times those indicate that something's extra in that sentence. And there's a little trick I can use here. I could cut this out and simply say, one strength, colon, one strength, colon, it offers over 300 different recipes. Hey, there we go. You could do that with weaknesses too. One weakness, colon, and then jump right into it. We eliminated that is verb. I'm down to 251. It offers over 300 different recipes, all the way from breakfast. Okay, do I really need to say all the way? Can't I just say from breakfast and figure the reader will figure out the rest? Yeah. So look for little phrases that are really just extra. You don't lose much if you get rid of them. Now, I actually try to cram in here 3 examples from breakfast to cheap party foods to dinner dates. I don't need all those. I'm going to have to choose the ones I like the best and get rid of at least one of these. Let's get rid of cheap party foods. So from breakfast to dinner dates to impress that special someone. Yeah, it's a much tighter sentence. I tried several recipes and definitely found some keepers. My favorite was the homemade taco mix that ended up being cheaper, tastier, healthier because I cut the salt in half than the store-bought brand versions. Definitely too long there, isn't it? Okay. I tried several recipes and definitely found, look out for these ly words, these adverbs. They're almost always extra. I'm going to get rid of that. I tried several recipes and found some keepers. My favorite was the homemade taco mix. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this colon here and just say, like the homemade taco mix that ended up being cheaper, tastier, and healthier than the store-bought brand versions. There's a double there, brand and versions. I don't need to say both of those. I'm going to say than the store-bought version. There we go. I'm down to 240. 40 more to go. I also appreciated the many little tips Adeoye offers on the sidebars, like how to keep produce fresher by sprinkling it with lime juice and how to make meat dishes less expensive by adding beans. What do you think I can cut there? That's right. I've given 2 examples. Hey, this is just the conclusion. It's just a summary of things I've been saying. I don't need both of those. So I'm going to get rid of the example I least like. I'll get rid of the beans. It's going to chop a bunch of words off. Also, Many little tips. I'm just going to cut down many little, and I really don't lose anything critical. I also appreciated the tips ADOA offers. And I say, again, on the sidebars, that's a nice detail, but I probably mentioned that in the body of the paper, so I'm not going to mention it again in the conclusion. It's just extra. So I'm going to get rid of that. Let's change this spelling. There, it's right now. But 2 major weaknesses. Some of her solutions involved equipment that I don't think the average college student would have, like a kitchen scale, sharp knives, freezer Tupperware, etc. Too many examples. Let's cut down on that. Let's just go with kitchen scale. It's probably not something a lot of college students have. Also, equipment that I don't think average college student, let's just cut that down. Equipment that I'm going to cut away, I don't think. Let's just cut that out because we already know it's me writing it, so I don't have to say I don't think. We know I'm the one thinking about this. So involves equipment that, instead of saying average college students, I'm just going to say college students. And that implies I'm talking about college students in general. College students would have like a kitchen scale. Hey, I'm down to 214. Secondly, while she could tell us how to eat cheaper and better, she doesn't solve one major problem busy college students face, time, and she doesn't really cover how to magically find the time to do the prep work. I said time twice there. Look for repetitions. I don't need to say it twice. She doesn't tell us how to find the time to do it all. I mentioned time just once. Hey, check it out. I'm down to 198 words. Let's see if I can cut even more. Overall, I think the book is worth it for the recipes, but expect to have to invest in some new kitchen tools and to figure out how to find that extra few hours a week. Watch this. And to figure out how to find. The main action here is to find. I'm going to get rid of to figure and just say to find. To invest in some new kitchen tools and to find that I can't hardly even say it. I'm just going to get rid of few and find those extra hours a week. You'll eat cheap faster, but ironically, it's going to cost you. Good enough. Wow, I actually cut over 61 words. All right, go and do the same.